Hello, welcome to another song tutorial. For this episode, I am going to teach you how to sing Until I Found You. The version I'm going to do is the one by Stephen Sanchez. So he is the original songwriter and original artist for the song. But he also did a version with Em Beihold. This is great if you plan to do this song as a duet, or if you are a female singer and you want to sing this by yourself from beginning to end. The key still does work in the voice if you wanted to sing it as a solo performance, but there is a section here that the original song does not have. It's one of those songs that you'll hear once and then it's very easily recognizable, if that makes sense. It is not particularly high in the range, so that, which means it's a great song to practice putting your own stylistic spin on it, but more in terms of the vocal texture and the vocal coloring. And so I'm going to show you what I mean by that in this particular tutorial by highlighting how you can manipulate your vowels to create different textures and different tones in your voice. Now, if you are a student of mine, then this particular song is great for your vowels, finding your vowels and knowing how to amplify your tone. And it is why I'm including this song within the vocal alignment system course. So if you are a student of mine, then this song directly relates to module 4. And if you are not a student of mine and you are interested in joining me inside my program, then go to alignyourvoice.com. You can check out how you can be part of our community, and also how you can have access to my vocal alignment system course, which is a unique program that takes you from feeling like you can never find your voice, like you don't have a unique voice to showcase, or going from not really liking the sound of your voice to embracing and really appreciating your unique voice and learning tools and techniques to help you enhance the natural trace of your unique voice. So if you're interested in learning how to do that, please come on and check out my course, my vocal alignment system course, and consider joining me inside my Singers Connect program. All the details are in alignyourvoice.com, so you can check it out there. So in terms of the rhythm, this song feels a little bit different because it's a 6/8 time, which means it's the feeling of it is different from more standard 4/4 time songs. So here's what I mean. 4/4 time songs are usually 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4. That's how you would count the beats. This particular song, however, is written in a 6/8 time signature, which means you would count the beats like this: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So the feeling is a little bit more swingy in a way. So let's have a listen to the introduction, and I will count as well, so you know approximately when to start singing. 7. So as you can see, he starts singing somewhere between the 6th and the 7th bar, and it's not exactly on the beat, if that makes sense. It's sort of sliding in between beats. And as we continue to practice the song, you'll notice that there is this very flowy, slidey feel to the entire song, and which means you don't have to feel like you have to come in exactly on the beat. Sometimes it's nice to be a little bit offbeat, but you want to do it within reason so that it's clear to the audience you're doing this on purpose, as opposed to not having a clue when to come in, if that makes sense. So you can count with the instrumental 6 bars, and then somewhere between the 6th and the 7th bar, you can just slide in a very chillax kind of way, Georgia, like that. Okay, so don't rush in. You want to stay chill and relaxed, stylistically speaking, throughout this entire song. Georgia. So right away you can hear that there is a little bit of a bend, and you will notice a lot of these bends throughout this song. And when I say bend, what we're really bending through is the vowel. So instead of just going Georgia, you see how that's very straight on? I'm just going Georgia. I'm not really lengthening or playing with the vowel, as opposed to doing something like this, Jo. So you can hear I'm shaping that oh, those sounds, which is a vowel sound, right? And I'm lengthening it out and I'm bending through it. Okay. Georgia. And if I move my vocal tract around that and I kind of play around with how I'm shaping that vowel, you can actually sing in a way that's very expressive right off the bat. It's far more inviting. Wrap me up in all your. So I'm actually doing something very intentional here. I'm not only playing around with the vowels, but I'm also linking things up. If you've seen other videos of mine, other tutorials, you will hear me talk about linking words quite a lot. Let me show you what it sounds like if I'm not linking things up, okay? Wrap me up in all your, right? Of course, you probably wouldn't sing it that way, but if you aren't intentional about linking things up, then it's very easy to get into this I'm just singing the notes kind of way of singing, which is not very expressive. So instead, we want to find opportunities, and this song is a great one for this, to practice this. We want to find opportunities to tie the words together. Wrap me up. So I'm linking me and up together. Wrap me up in pin. Wrap me up in all, linking the N of in to the all, right? Wrap me up in all your. Take a breath. Next line here. Oh, won't ya? He kind of says it like, oh, won't ya? He's not singing it, I want you. I mean, you see how instantly, if I were to sing it that way, there's no style, there's no feeling, there's no playfulness. So he changes the word I into another vowel completely, which is instead of saying I, he says right? So want cha, and he actually says cha instead of saying I want you, I want cha. Kind of flicks the word up like that. I want cha. Take a breath. In my arms, oh let me. So my arms, can hear how I'm linking words together here. It's like I'm taking two words and making it into one sound, right? So that's linking words together. In my arms, oh let me. And why would we do this? Because this is an opportunity to play with expression, to play with style. There are so many opportunities to do that in every song that you sing. You just have to have that intention of looking for those opportunities. And this is a perfect example of what I mean by expressing in between the notes, right? So it's not about the words themselves or using the words to hit the notes. The expressiveness actually happens between the words, like here. In my arms, see, I can lean into that and let the voice kind of bloom out through that tiny little bit. And of course, I'm being very detailed here, but if you can imagine copying and pasting this technique throughout different sections of your song, you can hear how this will bring out the melody of a song, really enhance that melody, and also bring energy and momentum into your singing. And it will really feel like you are taking your listeners on this journey. Hold ya. So here it also links two words and almost becomes one word. Hold ya. Hold ya. A little J there instead of saying hold you. See? Sounds bland, right? It sounds kind of boring, right? Hold you. Hold ya. Totally different, right? And emphasize that O vowel here. Hold. See what happens. See what color tones comes out when you emphasize these different vowels by shaping your mouth differently. Hold ya. And hold that out if you want to. Take a breath. So here, the word I, you just touch it. You want to be focusing more on the word ne of never. So the syllable ne of never, because that's the one that jumps up. But we also don't want to just go, I'll never. Do you see how I'm jumping up and I'm just singing that note straight on? Try to slide through it. Again, this is another way of bending through the vowel, right? Never, never, right? Practice that a few times. I'll never let you go again. The word go, lengthen out that O vowel. I'll never let you go again. See how I'm bending through the vowel and using those as opportunities to really express the emotion as well as add different tonal colors to my vocal performance. never let you go again. Take a breath like I did. That one's pretty straightforward. Take a breath here. Oh, I used to say. These are beautiful ooh vowels that you can slide right through. Now, just for fun, let me show you what it sounds like if I sing that without emphasizing those ooh sound, those ooh vowels. Oh, I used to say. Right? I mean, I'm hitting the notes, but it feels like there's something missing. You know what I mean? Now, in the chorus, you will really hear this slidey up and down soundscape that I was talking about earlier. And so you want to use those vowels that I will show you to really play with, to really bring out that flowy nature of this song. Okay, I would never fall. That's the first little bend up. Fall in love, fall in love. You see how I'm bending up and coming down? Fall in love again until I link the L to the word I. That's how you can make that entire phrase into one continuous flowy sound, right? Take a breath right after the word I. Found her. Emphasize that ow vowel for the word found. There is an opportunity there to express yourself a little bit there. Found her. And also have a nice dynamic touch there as well, because you can increase the dynamics a little bit for the word found her and then bring it down for the word her. Again, I'm being very detailed here only because I want to show you that when you start tuning your awareness to these subtle nuances that great singers can do almost instinctively, then you will be able to sprinkle these little things into your singing, not just for this song, but for other songs that you may want to learn as well. And these little touches, that's what's going to bring your performance to a whole new level. So the next line, I said I would never. So the ne of never, that's where we're extending through that vowel, right? Never fall unless it's you. Take a breath. I fall into. So you got this nice flowy phrase, and then you have a little bit more of a staccato phrase here. I fall into. I was lost within. I would draw that syllable out within, and also bend through that if you want to. I was lost within the darkness, but then I found her. Another opportunity to play with that ow, that O vowel here. Found her. Take a breath. I found you. When there's repeated words like this, so in this chorus, he says the word found 3 times, right? And so that can become a featured sound for your performance of this chorus here. When you perform it in a similar way, found her, I found you, then it becomes a reference point for your listener. You will draw your listener's attention to those vowels, and that's a really powerful way to keep your listeners hooked on your performance, because it gives them something to anticipate. I found you. So there's a sustain here, and at the end of that sustain, you come down 2 notes. Okay, so the word I of the last line here, you can also slide up if you want to. I found, like that. All right, so now we have sung the verse and the chorus. Let's sing it with Stephen Sanchez. 5, 6.
Georgia, wrap me up in all you hurt you. In my arms, let me hold ya. I'll never let you go again like I did. Oh, I used to say I would never fall in love again until I found her. I said I would never fall unless it's you I fall into. I was lost within the darkness, but then I found her.
did it. Okay, let's move on to this second verse. And this second verse is sung by Em Beihold. Heaven. So it's two notes on the first syllable of the word heaven. He, two notes there. Heaven, when I held you again. The only thing here I would draw your attention to is the word I. When she really opens that up there. I'm linking the word when and I together. When I held you again. And then I'm leaning again on the word held. See if you can hear that? When I held you again. So that creates a nice dynamic sort of bounciness to the phrase itself. Take a breath. How could, similar to the word heaven, right? So the word how has two notes there. How, again, we're playing with that vowel, extending that out. How could, take a breath. Here is a melodic variation here. We ever just be friends. So the word be there there's a slight slide down, be friends, but really it's more half talking, right? So less sing-songy there. We ever just be friends. I would. So there is a little bit of a beat there. There's a little bit of a pause. So it goes, we ever just be friends. I would. So there's a little bit of a pause there. So it actually is in between notes there, or in between beats rather. I would, two notes on the word I. Would. Think about extending on that oo vowel for the word would. I would. So here, there is a little bit of a dynamic change here. And in terms of the energy, because you see how she actually breaks up the phrases a little bit more. And she sings it in a way that she's not rushing through it, but like she really wants to get through what she's singing or what she's communicating, if that makes sense. And that's accomplished by breaking up the phrases in this way. So let me show you what I mean. I would rather die than let you go, Juliet to your Romeo. You see how I actually don't have to breathe if I didn't want to. I don't have to breathe at those breath points. But because she has it there, it's almost a stylistic choice because it changes how you are going to perform those phrases, if that makes sense. So let me show you what it would sound like if I took away those breath points. Okay, and I would just string it together, and I took a breath when I actually needed to take a breath. Okay, so see how this changes it. I would rather die than let you go, Juliet to your Romeo. See how that changes the feeling of the song, right? And so I'm not saying one is better than the other, but what I am saying is that when you start paying attention to how singers break phrases down and you can hear how they are performing it, it doesn't mean you have to stick to that particular style. You can change things up, and now you have a choice. If you like this feeling of that sense of urgency and taking a little bit more breaths, even during parts where you don't need to breathe, right, but you're doing it on purpose, you can see how that changes the dynamic feel. But if you don't like how this is broken up in that way, maybe you feel like it's throwing your breathing off, you can choose to string it all together, but that's going to create a very different stylistic performance. So the choice is yours, right? But that's the creative and fun part about singing is you can learn to do it this way, but then you can also change things up. And when you change things up and you know how to change things up, then you can actually freshen up a song and make it entirely your own. So for now, let's stick with how she is singing it. I would rather die than let you go. So again, die then, that's linking up together there, die then. Take a breath, and then we can shorten that up here. Let you go, a bit more staccato there. Take a breath. Juliet to your, yeah, Juliet. You see how I'm extending out the vowel for the word Juliet? Juliet to your, I'm linking the word to and your together. To your, like that. Juliet to your, take a breath. Romeo, play those O's. Romeo, that darkens up your tone when you emphasize those O sounds like that, as opposed to doing something like this, Romeo. So that's a brighter sound tone, brighter sound quality, right? Romeo, Juliet to your Romeo. I'm not saying that sounds, that you shouldn't do it that way, but that's a very different color tone, so you can choose. How I heard you you say, heard. There's an extension there on that vowel. Heard you say you. There's a little bit of a bend on that word you say. Take a breath. And then we go to the chorus. And guess what? The chorus is exactly the same, which makes it awesome because now you don't have anything new to learn, which means you can focus your attention on those vowels and playing around with emphasizing different parts of the phrase. So now let's practice singing it with the singer. So we're going to go from heaven, then we're going to sing the second chorus. There is an instrumental break. So when we get to that part, I'll count you through it so you know how long that instrumental break is. And then we finish up with one more chorus. And then that's it. That's literally the entire song. All right, so let's go ahead and give it a try.
Found her, I found you. Heaven, when I held you again, how could we ever just be friends? I would rather dive and let you go. Juliet to your Romeo. How I heard you say I would never fall in love again until I found her. I said I would never fall unless it's you I fall into. I was lost within the darkness, but then I found her. I found I would never fall in love again until I found her. I said I would never fall unless it's you I fall into. I was lost within the darkness, but then I found her. I found
That's awesome. You did it. You now have an entirely new song to add to your repertoire. Now, I do have a bonus for you here. If you notice, there is a harmony line. So Em Beihold sings the harmony for the chorus here. You can hear her singing in the background. So I have a bonus video that you can have access to where I will teach you how to sing that harmony part. And I will give you a couple of tips on how you can practice that harmony part if you are to sing this with a partner for an upcoming performance or something like that. So you can have access to that. You can go to onlinevocalacademy.com/bonus, and then you can subscribe to our email list, and then you'll get access to a special page where you'll be able to see this bonus video where I will be teaching you how to sing that harmony part. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and I would love to hear your versions of this song as well. If you do end up singing a cover version from this tutorial, do send me the link. Maybe post it in the comment where you are watching this video. And of course, if you are a student of ours inside Singers Connect, go ahead and practice and post your version of this into the private community for us to hear and for our mentor coaching team to give you guidance, support, and feedback on your practices. All right, until next time, friends, happy singing. This is Crystal here. I will see you again very soon.